Doug Walker. You're watching The Crazy House, Crazy McCormick.
Fuck, I'm tired as shit. What up, y'all? Crazy here. Welcome to the Crazy House. I swear to God, like, my day has been to a point where, like, I can't even brain right now, but I'm going to try to do the best that I can. It's been a pretty interesting week so far. Like, I'll be honest with you, like, I don't pay much attention to the goings on when it concerns, like, a lot of juggalo shit. So like when it gets down to the wire and it's like, okay, I don't have the time to do the other stuff because I'm working, gaming, and doing all the other pointless shit in life that I'm doing. um Usually it's Sunday that I'm trying to rush everything. I'm not gonna front. I actually said this earlier today on an episode of Tales from the Lotus podcast, which, by the way, Shovel from fucking Precious Juggalos. The guy who made the Juggalo TV guide definitely needs to add that. So if you haven't checked it out already, Tales from the Lotus podcast, sometime Sunday in the afternoon, like that's basically how it is. The most unprofessional podcast in the YouTube Juggalo community. On top of that, like with me and my fucking personal life, you guys know I talk gaming all the time. I showed these also on Tales from the Lotus podcast. The new WWE game came out, and I just had to fucking go get myself a physical copy of it. I have a digital copy of it available for my boy. So like there's that. But of course, me being me, going to a video game store and trying to get one game, I'm not leaving with just one fucking game. I ended up getting a bunch of games. Okay, so I ended up getting this one right here. This is Suikoden 1 and 2. It's an HD remaster, very similar in the sense of the Final Fantasy 1 to 6 collection. It's not like a remake or anything like that. It's just a digital remaster, and this is a very pixely game. Is Lotus of the Tales from Lotus podcast a duo now? So sad when the main guy passed away a few years back. Yes, rest in peace goes out to DJ Run for Cover. Scottish has been doing his best to try to keep Tales from the Lotus podcast alive and well. But he comes on every now and again. And Warlockside was supposed to be on the show, but I guess he just wasn't. Let's see. Not only did I get Resident Evil 2, but I also got Resident Evil 3 and Resident Evil 4. I might have a problem. But these ones seem to be a little bit more remastered and remade than, say, Suikoden. And then to top it off, the final one I got was Spider-Man Miles Morales. So eventually those are going to be the games that I'm going to be playing on Twitch in the far future. And the reason why I say that is because I'm playing all of my games from the least value to the greatest value. I'm currently playing Dragon Quest VI. And to be totally honest with you, like, that's actually been pretty fucking productive financial wise. I've been playing. I decided to start doing this like sometime late last December, and I'm only on the third game. And all three games so far that I've played, I have definitely made my money back on how much the game is either valued or how much I spent on it, depending on which is greater. And it's going all the way up until I reach the most valued game that I have, which is still currently Little Samson for somewhere around $1,800 to $2,200. So aside from that, we should probably get into some other shit. But the first thing I need to talk about is this. I unfortunately ended up getting some I feel personally, some very, very bad news. And the very, very bad news is the fact that my cat fucking died. So this is my cat Spitfire, and Spitfire and his little sister Rain were both cats that my ex-girlfriend Katie and I adopted about 12 years ago. Her brother-in-law at the time was working for a demolitions company, and as he was tearing down a building, somehow, I don't know, don't ask me, but he somehow heard a box full of kittens mewing while he was in his fucking claw. And so like Katie had just recently no Katie like Katie and I ended up fucking going over there to take a look at the kittens and stuff because I'm a cat guy. I really like cats. And so I can't help it. This is like the most epic fucking pose that this cat has ever fucking done. But anyways, yeah, so like he found the kittens, boxed them up, brought them back to the main building. Me and Katie drove over there to take a look at the kittens, and I picked like Rain, his little sister, was actually jumping at me, and she picked him up, and then like so we were just looking at the cats and everything. We had agreed we were just gonna get one cat. But when we set them down, I decided this one's jumping at me, so I'm going to grab this one. And then And then so I picked up Rain, and like, don't quote me on this because I don't know if I got the story 100%. It's either I picked up Rain or she picked up Spitfire, and the other one was still in the box, meowing their ass off. It was just like they cannot be separated. Like they did not want to be separated because when we put them together, they were licking each other and they were cleaning each other up, and all that shit. So we decided we were going to take we were going to take both of them. I brought them home. Um, I also ended up going back to the house, and I went back to the store and bought all the essential needs that we needed in order to raise a cat. And so like I gave them food, I gave them water. Both of them attacked the fucking bowl. I was trying to pet him, and he started fucking growling at me. And so like this boy apparently loved food. You can see he was a big fucking cat, and he lasted 12 years. Now the unfortunate like what had happened was I believe is according to what Katie had told me, he ended up having a heart attack. So like he was he was short of breath and panting, and so her now boyfriend noticed him in the kitchen, freaked the fuck out. He didn't know what to do. He was panicking, and so she took him to the hospital, and they said that he was having he was suffering heart failure at this point. Now they could euthanize him to try to operate on him so that way he wouldn't feel any pain, but the chances were greater that he wouldn't survive the operation. And so, and either way, it would have cost her like $1,200. So she made the decision to put him down so that way he could go peacefully. And then after that, she took him over to her sister's house up north and buried him in her backyard. He was a good cat. And this is honestly like the best fucking picture. Like this picture, this was after we moved out of my trailer and we moved into into her dad's upstairs apartment. And one of us just walked into the bathroom one day and he was just sitting there chilling. Like just chilling like he was sitting in a fucking spa, you know what I'm saying? And I'm losing viewers talking about this, but this is important to me and I don't care. Nevertheless, I had to take this picture, and then she and I ended up fucking going back and forth on memeing the picture. And the one that I feel like one said, felt cute, might delete later, I don't know. But nevertheless, hey, as far as I'm concerned, he was a good cat. He lived a full life, he lived a happy life, and that's what's important to me. So now that I got that out of the way, I still got the sniffles from this. But now that I got this out of the way, we got to talk about some other Juggalo related news. And that is that the Gathering of the Juggalos ticket sales are now upon us. Everything is practically gone except for the obvious, uh, you know, general admission pass and the VIP pass. There's still a few time slots available. Some are like more are there are more open available VIP slots than there are ones that are sold out. And I think that they opened up the VIP availability a little bit more. Some of the things that they have, like you're getting like an ice towel, okay, and a charm, uh, and some and like a laminate, like a laminated lanyard, and something else I can't fucking remember. But under normal circumstances, with the VIP pass, you would also be allowed admission to Fago Armageddon, and this time it isn't. And I think that's because that way they can have more admission to the VIPs. It's a lot less. It's a lot more inclusive, and the Fago Armageddon is now its own fucking thing. But to my surprise, and I should have probably talked about this last week, but I really didn't think about it, you know, because like I said, I rush my shit when I fucking do this. But the general admission right here, $295 fucking dollars. It went up what, 30, $40 since last year for the Gathering of the Juggalos. I don't know if this means like it's an extra day or something like that, but it's seriously starting to feel like Violent J is getting more and more serious about buy or buy. And then with a lot of the decisions that they have made for the 25th annual Gathering of the Juggalos, I honestly feel like that there are more Juggalos that are slowly but sure, you know, there's a group of Juggalos slowly but surely starting to be like, fuck this shit. Like people can remember when it was like $130, $150. Now it's $300. And yes, inflation does have a little bit of play to do with this, but I'm also taking a look at, okay, so the 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th. So we've got 4 days of the Gathering of the Juggalos. There's probably a lot of people on the bill that they want to fucking sign on to perform for the Gathering of the Juggalos. Obviously, like the VIP stuff, the Fago Armageddon is its own thing now. I believe the Big Ballas campsite has gone up $100. Maybe I'm wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe that they were $500 last year, and now this year they're 600. So there's some, like, I guess you could say possibly some fucking problems with this. And then on top of that, ICP is no longer regularly touring. They're only doing the big shows, and the big shows have been getting a little bit more expensive. They are getting paid to do fucking spots at other uh, events like Blue Ridge and shit like that. Yeah, no shit. Don Chaos is correct. Like, fuck paying $50 for Fago Armageddon when we already stormed the stage as it is. Like, every ICP show that I have gone to in the last year, everybody has fucking stormed the stage. Are you really gonna try to stop the Juggalos from storming the fucking stage? You know? I guess $50 for Fago Armageddon for the people who are still a little fucking naive and thinking, oh yeah, I'll be able to at least throw the first fucking couple of Fagos before they storm the goddamn, before we storm the fucking stage like it's January 6th. So it comes with a pass and an amulet. I don't care. People fucking storm the stage. That's not what Fago Armageddon is about. It's not about getting a fucking pass and an amulet. It's about fucking storming the stage and having that memory. You know, like like come on, bro. Fucking like that to me is the beauty of being at the Gathering of the Juggalos, especially when you're fucking jumping the stage to fucking participate in Fago Armageddon. So like both of these nights is practically a fucking cash grab for whatever that they can fucking get for that. That's the way I see it. Fuck that shit. Especially when like you used to fucking put VIP in, and Fago Armageddon was a thing with that shit. Remember when we got on stage in 2021 together? Hell yeah, I do. I was there, bro. Like you got the footage. We're sitting there fucking chatting it up. Give you like I show up around on your fucking video and I give you a dap and then we start fucking kicking it. I've stormed the stage before my body's fucked up. Yeah. Like surprisingly, like I've actually been able to get through unscathed because half the time I fucking get on the stage, I'm there late and it's hard to get on. But once you're on and in the fucking sea of human, the sea of human animosity, you're fine. It's just that it's too when there's too many fucking juggalos that are on the edge of the fucking stage, you know. What up, Swill? And by the way, fuck Swill's edition. Here, you know what? I'm gonna give you one too. I'm gonna give you one too because this is a lot better for me to do it by myself rather than having a sea of humanity trying to talk over me. Fuck Swills Edition. All right. Fuck Swills Edition. May you all get crabs in your fucking nose hairs. All kayfabe aside, I am a fan of Swill. Swill is a good dude. All right, so back to shitting on the gathering prices. Yeah, so this makes me an unhappy panda. Uh, I hope that whoever fucking came up with the genius idea of making each gathering ticket $295, may they all fucking step on a Lego. Never break kayfabe. I will. I like, dude. I'm breaking kayfabe as I'm doing the fucking show. You know, because like, if you remember me from yesteryear, you know, I was a very loud, brash motherfucker, and now I'm just fucking calm, cool, and collective. Because this is the real me. You still get a little taste of the old Crazy McCormick on this show, but just at a lower volume because I don't want to make my mom upset. You know. I don't need my mom coming down here in her nightgown yelling at me. I mean, it would make good for television, but you know, it is what it is. Kayfabe breaker, stretch ripper. But yeah, so like with the gathering of the Juggalos being $295 a ticket, there's a serious question that I have to ask: how the hell is the boy Blue going to be able to make it? Even if he does, even if he were to be able to get there, like how fucking how much fucking IRL e-begging would he have to take in order for him to actually get in there? If he wanted to actually get a ticket. Hell, you know what? Just do what any other real fucking juggalo would do, because real juggalos sneak in. Alright? Riveting content, you're a real one, bro. Dude, I love you for that. Someone will pay his way. I don't know, man. Dude, like, seriously, like, there was a lot of fucking shoehorning in to make fucking Boy Blue go to the gathering of the Juggalos. It was like pay his way, you get to fucking steal people's fucking beer, and there is beer, and people will give you beer, you know, like beer, giggleby beer, and that's another topic for later, you know. But nevertheless, it's like, okay, and then on top of that, you get IRL e-begging. You know what I'm saying? You get fucking beer and drugs, food not so much, but definitely beer and drugs. And you get to fucking e-beg people. What's not to like about the gathering of the Juggalos, you know? And hey, you know, if somebody destroys a car, you might be able to get a piece of the fucking car. You know, so, like we did that in 2012 and a couple years ago as well. I'm sure somebody ended up getting a fucking nice looking hood scoop. But yeah, so like just looking at the website, you can go like if you haven't bought your fucking ticket, now's the time to do it because the car passes are gone, little ballas is gone, big ballas is gone. The VIP tickets are still available, and the fucking you know, like I said, you know, the fucking dumb fuckery with the VI not the VIP pad. Why do I keep on saying that? The dumb fuckery with the fucking Fago Armageddon for $50 also is long gone. They have not yet made any announcements of the lineup, but once they do, once they start making some big fucking deals, and they start making the announcements, I will definitely be ripping that information off of Fago Lovers like I normally do. I believe that might be the only thing that has popped up is smatterings of Mikey Clark and Prozac. But other than that, I haven't really heard shit from Shinola. All right, so we got to go into some more fucking Juggalo news, courtesy of Fago Lovers, because they give the news and I give my opinion. That's what the show's about, along with other people telling me to fuck off. Ouija Mac and Ricky Hill are back at it again with Problem Children 2. Now, to be totally honest, I don't have a big, huge fan mindset when it concerns Ricky Hill. I don't like his voice. But apparently the first one worked out pretty fucking well, so Problem Children 2, here we go. You know, so It seems like Ouija Mac is doing another crossover. I don't know when the official release date is, but you can get physical copies on chapter17records.com along with a couple of combo packages and shit like that. I do actually like this artwork. I really do like this artwork. I mean, the other one looked like a fucking kid in the devil outfit. Almost looked like that kid in Problem Child if it was inseminated by fucking Ouija Mac. So, yep, I'm getting Spamily coming up in here. I do actually have no problems with this. They must have took this. They must have set a house on fire in Detroit, somewhere in Detroit, and fucking did this shit. Ricky, whatever. Richard Hill is dope. But yeah, this artwork does look pretty fucking fresh. I'm not gonna lie. But like I said, like I wasn't too fucking sold on Ricky Hill, but it seems like Ouija Mac likes to fucking work with him. But like I said, you can go on chapter17records.com. Literally, you have to spell it all out. There is a link in the description below, and you'll be able to get pre-orders. There's like 4 or 5 fucking different combo packs. Cough, cough, AI. No, that I'm pretty sure they actually set a house on fire. I mean, it's Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll stomach it just to hear Ouija Mac, but like, it's basically like, okay, silence when listening to Ouija Mac, and then when I hear Ricky Hill's fucking voice, boo, like the whole fucking time until maybe I get to a chorus or something. Well, I mean, like there's plenty of places that you can set on fire in Detroit. So there you go. That's real. All right, that's a real house on real fire in maybe Detroit's AI. I don't know. Anyone been keeping close tabs on Ouija? Last year I fell off after Dark Planet came out. You know, honestly, I haven't really paid too much attention to Ouija Mac. Like, if I see something like an album release like every 3 or so months, there's a lot of like I can't fucking hate on his work ethic. Like on the real, I can't really hate on his work ethic. He puts out a lot of shit, but I do also feel at the same time that too much, like too much fucking sauce is weak for the fucking stew. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like he puts out way too much fucking work. He did Psychobabble, Temple of Ash, and a single with Sinister and and obviously now Problem Children too. Yeah, this thing has a punch. All right, so yeah, get your pre-orders if you have interest in that. There are some of them that come out with like a fucking T-shirt and a hoodie, or a hoodie and some other shit, but it's usually like the CD, the T-shirt, the CD, and the hoodie. Maybe there's one with a CD, a T-shirt, and a hoodie. I don't know. Maybe you might be able to get one of those Chapter 17 butt plugs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's the only problem that I really have with Ouija. I can't hate on his work ethic and his hustle and everything, but at the same time, it's like you put out way too much fucking music. There's little to no anticipation for when the shit comes out. You know what I'm saying? Like with ICP, it takes 3 years or maybe 4 years for a new fucking album to come out. Like back in the day, it took like you would have like the Joker card, and then the next year you'd have the sideshow, and then the next year, so like 91 you had a Joker card, 93 you had a Joker card, 95 you had a Joker card, 97, 99, and then 2002, and then the other half in 2004, and there was little other sideshow shit that came out in between, whether it be Beverly Kills, the fucking Terror Wheel, Tunnel of Love, Forgotten Freshness, Dark Lotus, working on Twisted, and all that other shit. Like, yeah, with Ouija, it's quantity over quality. And when it starts to when it gets to a point where like literally everything from Ouija is now starting to sound the same, you couldn't tell the I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between Ouija Mac and Ricky Hill and a fucking and Dark Planet. You know, I hate to be that guy to say that out loud, but I'm going to be that guy that says it out loud. Change it up, okay? They're like, and then and the same thing goes with the music because it's hard for me to nowadays tell the difference between a beat that involves Devereaux, DJ Chunk, and fucking Shaggy the Airhead. You know, yeah, I know it's definitely get off my lawn vibes, but I'm just saying from my personal perspective, I'm gonna yell at this cloud. All right, that's just how it is for me. But I like Ouija, so it's hard to fucking be that kind of an ass. Like that's how Ouija does it. You know that he makes himself likable, and then he puts out fuck trash every 2-3 months. That sounds the same as the last fucking album. It's the only difference is this time it's got Ricky Hill on it, and before that it was fucking Darby O'Trill, which in and of itself, Darby O'Trill being a little bit of a different situation, because I also do like Darby O'Trill, and I just hope that he doesn't fall down that same fucking rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? Uh oh. Anthony Purcell is already going to bed, and it's only 9:30. He's got to wake up at 4:30 in the morning so he can be first in line at fucking Old Country Buffet. I usually stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning, fam, because I work second shift and I play video games all the time. But nevertheless, let's get on to the next thing. That's my, like that's my fucking TED talk with Ricky Hill, being on another album with Ouija. I mean, I'm still gonna listen to it, but I'm not gonna have the same enthusiasm as I normally do with a Joker card or an Element. All right, so this next thing that I saw, I like this caricature. Doesn't that definitely represents both of those guys very well. And for being the older brother, Rob looks younger even in the caricature. But apparently on the website gasdigital.com, starting 10 days from now, Joe and Rob are going to be doing the Bruce Brothers podcast. I have no idea what the fuck they're going to be talking about with this shit. It's and I don't know what the fuck it is. Hey, Tom Wood made this shit. I just noticed Tom Wood's sexy fucking legislation on the bottom there. Definitely looks familiar, doesn't it? On my fucking Nintendo controller. So there you go. It is what it is. Oh, no way. Oh my God. Finally, a podcast. We got to run this shit up. Yeah. So hopefully this doesn't fucking happen around the same time as me because motherfucker, like, sorry, but not sorry, but a lot of us OG YouTube juggalos were fucking walking the podcast mile before you guys were able to run. Get off my lawn. Apparently, this podcast is also going to be on YouTube, but after it's aired. And it's probably going to be premiering at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday. Just to fuck with me. Nah, I'm fucking around. I don't care. But nevertheless, I have no idea what the like. I do remember them saying something about this at the seminar at last year's gathering. That like, and so far, all of the stuff that they've said on the gathering has kind of come to fruition. They talked about how Joe and Rob are gonna have a fucking podcast together. Shaggy's still doing the Shaggy Show. They promised DCG Con, and that came in also with flying motherfucking colors. What's up, Relic? Just to be in live chat for the podcast will be so fun. I mean, I don't like. I'll be honest with you. Like, when Shaggy and the Creep first started doing their podcast, like, I'll admit because like being on YouTube for as long as I have, it kind of made me feel a little salty, and it was just due to the fact that like me and CPN and the Boy Blue and all of my friends that I've met on YouTube over the years have been putting it down on YouTube for a long ass fucking time. we basically, to in my mind, it kind of made me feel like we fucking laid the brickwork for a lot of fucking other YouTubers that came in, and some of them have come and gone, and some of them are still starting and shit like that. But it's like, for me, it felt like, okay, look, YouTube is supposed, like, in my mind, it's like YouTube is meant for like us regular people, because like with a format like YouTube, anybody can be a fucking celebrity in a sense. I mean, take a look at the list of celebrity people that you can get off of YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, shit like that. And it felt like with shit like them doing podcasts and them doing shows and making stuff like this, it takes the flash and the flare away from us. And it's like, motherfucker, you got your goddamn money making music. That's your lane. All right. So, like, let us have this fucking lane, because a lot of us really like the stuff that you put out, and some of us don't like what you put out. And so, with something like this actually gives them in real time the reactions that they can get, so that way they can make better product in the future. What up, Quacksire Collectibles? I see you, homie. What you doing? How you doing? How's your mom? How's your mother, Johnny? If you know that movie, then you are a fucking old ass motherfucker like myself. Yeah, and I feel like that in some way we kind of set the bar. But now also taking a look at the way that things are going, it's like, okay, I'm starting to see things a little bit differently, because the clowns are going to be retiring soon, and they're not going to be doing anything involving fucking touring anymore. They're only going to be doing the big four. They got to get their money that way, and they got to figure out other revenue streams. And with how obsessed Violent J has become with Instagram and shit like that, I mean, like, these guys have done podcasts before through W Fuck Off Radio, Psychopathic Radio. Joe's going to be fucking focusing a lot on JCW. Shaggy's got the Shaggy Show, doing that type of shit. Chilling, living social media free, also working like crazy since we don't do the Bartle House no more. Yeah, man, I've been wondering what the fuck's been going on with that, because I haven't talked to you, I haven't talked to Bartle, I haven't talked to fucking Bash in forever, so I've been wondering how you guys have been fucking doing. Folks got to worry about being overexposed. So basically, like, what it feels like to me is that, in a sense, it's like because of a lot of these big name things that ICP is going to be doing in social media, whether it be the Bruce Brothers podcast or the Shaggy Show. Hell, Creep is still fucking doing his shit. I just fucking saw him on TikTok a couple of nights ago. Kicked it with him in the, I was in the chat kicking it over there for a little bit. Thank God, I'm so thankful that he still remembers who the fuck I am, because that's dope as shit. Working full time at a retro game Pokemon comic book shop now, so hell yeah, bro. Like, that's the dream job, homie. But I will say this though, when it concerns like quality, okay, like the quality of the stuff that they put on the Creep Show and the Shaggy Show, like that type of shit. Same shit. They have different transitions, like very unique transitions, which I really fucking dig. So in a way, it's like, okay, now some of us need to step it up a notch a little bit in terms of quality and what we're fucking doing and what we're fucking talking about. Now, when it concerns the stuff that these motherfuckers are going to be talking about, I have no idea. I think Rob said something about what type of content that they wanted to do. Might possibly talk about wrestling or ninja movies or whatever the fuck they want to talk about. It's probably just going to be a variety channel. And speaking of fucking wrestling, quality over at Psychopathic ain't hit since Hell's Pit. Let's be real. I mean, don't get me wrong, and I know Keefe is going to fucking agree with me on this. Hell's Pit is fire. I mean, in a way, it's like, okay, like I said, at first I felt kind of salty about it, but after thinking about it, it's like, okay, we have somebody that's a little bit better in terms of like the show quality. You know what I'm saying? The show quality that they have on the Shaggy Show, I really like it because they have like different little, different little scenes that they fuck around in, and they have cool transitions and stuff. So it kind of reminds me of how it was when I first started doing stuff on YouTube, and it was like, okay, I watched other people, so I have to try to step it up a little bit higher than them, you know? And then they would see my shit and then they would try to get better. So like even though we were friends, we were still competing with each other and we were still like trying to make each other better and better and better rather than trying to stay complacent. We wanted to try to do things better than the other people because if all eyes ain't on us, then we're not going to fucking grow. And we're also, well, now that ad revenue and super chats and stuff like that are a thing now, like those kind of help us out too. So a lot of us kind of try to step it up a notch in terms of quality. And then you motherfuckers show your appreciation by giving us money. And if you've got a problem with shit, throw some fucking money at it. Now I'm fucking around though. But yeah, so like since I mentioned wrestling before, this I saw, which I thought was interesting. This is a new fucking title. JCW put out the Battle Royal title, like the Battle Royal Championship. And I guess this was done by Snips and Snips and Straps LLC. Yeah, and memberships. Now, I'm gonna say this flat out. I think that the faceplate is pretty fucking dope. The side plates are dope, but what I don't like is the leather strap itself. Like the leather strap is too form fitting, and I feel like putting this motherfucker on, you're gonna tear the sides. Is how I feel. But it is cool that they have the side plates and the back plates as well. So the side plates are JCW, and then the back plates, if you can't see it, are fucking Hatchetmen. And then they got Hatchetmen on the fucking front of it itself. You can see the little ringy here, champion right there, a little globe and a crown. JCW logo at the top, and the inaugural champion of the Battle Royal Championship title is Ricky Morton. Ricky fucking Morton of the Rock and Roll Express, which ironically is one of the same guys that is constantly fucking big upped by Jim Cornette, who hates outlaw mud show bullshit like Juggalo Championship Wrestling. But like green belt, and if you look closely at the green, you can actually see it looks like it was fucking painted by a guy who seems like Bob Ross is painting but coming down off the cocaine. Like you can see the fucking paint streaks of the green strap and everything. And I know I'm being fucking judgy of this, but it's like, okay, look, professional wrestling is my favorite sport, and we all know that the championship titles are usually the ones that show like the big names in fucking wrestling. So I feel like this strap in and of itself, it feels too fucking skinny. There's too much fucking going on in the front of the title, and then there's not enough going on the sides. Like it's form fitted for these fucking plates specifically, but it just doesn't feel to me this like this whole fucking this is a lot of business, and I feel like that there should have been something else rather than you know the plates or something like that. Like they could have gone without the plates and just had it so it just triangles down to the fucking straps in the back to where it clips. Yeah, it might be black because of the knot. Like it's probably going to be black with a fucking crimson hue or something like that, or it's going to have like some sort of fadery, like red clouds or something like that. Which, by the way, did anybody notice that fucking blood moon at 3 o'clock in the morning a couple of nights ago? I'm just asking because I didn't, but I heard it looked cool. So this makes me wonder, okay, this is the Battle Royal Championship. So does this mean that this JCW title is only going to be held and defended in battle royals? Like, because if that's the case, like that would make the most sense. I mean, it's the Battle Royal Championship. This is not the type of name that you would put on a title if it's going to be defended in 1v1. You know, so I feel like that this is going to be like all battle royal rules. The face is badass. The color scheme is questionable. Now, here's the thing though. Like, obviously, Jay is trying to fucking make JCW a legitimate thing. And the reason for that is because, well, we've got a fucking versus thing coming up at this year's gathering of the Juggalos. You know, we're competing against GCW. And JCW is, you know, and it's going to be at JCW home turf. Now, I'm wondering if there's going to be more fucking invasions going on involving GCW, or if there's going to be anything with GCW guys invading JCW at any future shows. But like to me, I find this to be a questionable title because this is definitely a fucking gimmick title where it's only going to be defended in battle royals, which means Ricky Morton is going to have a hard time holding this title. And if anything fucking strikes me, um, for being the old school wrestling fan, personally, I would like to think that maybe Violent J should start writing down some ground rules on the title defenses of this, because there was like I think one time that they ended up having a JCW champion that didn't defend the title for an entire year. And old school wrestling rules state that if you are holding a title, you need to fucking defend it within 30 days. Otherwise, it goes to vacant. And vacant has held the title more than anybody on the fucking planet. I don't know if they did do a Combat Zone Wrestling versus JCW. I know that they did TNA versus JCW, and that was when TNA was still under fucking Jeff Jarrett. But this makes me wonder, okay, so like Jay has been fucking pumping out new titles in JCW for quite some time. I mean, obviously it started with the fucking JCW World Heavyweight title and also the tag team titles. That was like the inaugural two titles. But then recently they've also added now the women's title, an intercontinental type secondary title, and now this tertiary battle royal title. So now, like, and I'm wondering if is this title going to be defended at the Gathering of the Juggalos? It probably will. I'd be interested to see how that's going to fucking turn out. And then obviously Ricky Morton's going to have to be booked in order to fucking do this. Now that he's holding a title, that ups his prestige. You know, it's cool though. I mean, on paper, it seems pretty cool that Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express has a fucking title at his age, you know? And if anything, we know that motherfuckers of older age, like fucking Terry Funk, was still kicking it in his 60s, you know, middle aged and crazy, fucking Chainsaw Charlie esque, you know, doing the damn thing. Now, one last thing about fucking Violent J. Apparently, the Duke of the Wicked is going to be coming back for a limited time on Cameo. If you don't remember fucking Cameo, you basically pay 150 bones and Violent J will say whatever the fuck you want him to say. We got motherfuckers that'll do the same thing on Fiverr for $7. Like there's literally a dude from Africa that I saw that you could buy on Fiverr and he would say whatever the hell you wanted, but he would say it in a nice way. Like you could have him tell somebody to fuck off and eat shit and he will say it with a fucking smile and all that other shit. But on the other hand, this is Joseph Frank Bruce Lee. And I know that there's some ninjas out there that used to fucking repost like collages of the cameos that Jay would put out. And some of them, like a lot of them that him and Shaggy would do would be fucking hilarious. I loved seeing this stuff. What's with the fucking like the fucking the Shroomer jizz background? Why is that a thing? Although I will say that I do love the fact that they actually put this little like just based. I'm just looking at the fucking style of this flyer. I think it's really cool that they made it so he has like a little fucking outline outside of him, so it does look like it's creating some sort of depth. Or he just burst through the fucking wall like the Kool-Aid man in that pose, and the hole in the wall is all cartoony style. But yeah, so he's back for a limited time on Cameo. It didn't say anything on Fega Lovers, or I didn't notice anything about how much it's going to cost, but it is going to be happening sometime during the summer. So look forward to a little random entertainment over the summer before the gathering of the Juggalos with all of these fucking cameos. One of the last things one of the last things that I need to talk about in terms of Juggalo news is I think last week I ended up talking about the Replicon Awards coming up, and now I've actually got the video for it. This was actually recorded off of Replicon Radio's YouTube channel.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to the Replicon Radio Award. These are your nominees for podcast / YouTuber of the year.
Now, you might want to grab a pen and paper for all of these, or the link is going to be in the description below, so you'll be able to go down there and cast your vote. I do know that there are some of you ninjas that were in there that already have casted their vote, but god damn it, they didn't fucking include me. All right. I came back in like right after the gathering of the Juggalos. I was roaring, geared, and ready to fucking do this podcast. And this was one of those things that I wanted to fucking do it for. Doing this podcast for was to be on the list of Replicon. Now, I had no idea that you had to actually tell these motherfuckers. I figured that these dudes had their finger on the pulse of the YouTube Juggalo community in terms of podcasters and all that other shit. They have been uploading the same videos. Wired, check their live videos too.
2024, mofo.
And we're gonna kick it off with yours truly, Replicon Radio.
Let's see. I have my own beef with Replicon Radio. So raise fist like a supervillain. Replicon. No, dude, you're fucking nerd. Or something to that effect. Con! Like fucking yeah, like Captain Kirk yelling Con!
Oh yeah.
But anyways,
Undergroundaholics. You got the
so Undergroundaholics is the name that's on there. Now Undergroundaholics, I have not watched their shit. I'm obviously very unaware of everything that goes on in the YouTube Juggalo community. However, I do believe that I saw their name in the Juggalo TV guide.
Ruckus Podcast.
The Ruckus Podcast, another one that I have not fucking heard of. 2025 is the return to the Crazy House. Just wait, epic lore incoming. Like I said, bro, like I started doing this the second half of last year, so maybe I was biting off a little bit more than I could chew in concerns of fucking getting myself back out there. And I've been doing this almost every fucking week since the gathering of the Juggalos, pending certain days that I wasn't able to make it because either I was at an event or I was too fucking exhausted to fart, let alone be able to do a podcast. You know, shit like that happens sometimes. But if I can't fucking get my name up on that bitch, there's always next year, right? I'll just have to be a little bit more aware and alert.
Do it for the underground.
Do it for the underground. Like just rattling off the names. We need some lore here. Like, talk about some of the stuff that they fucking do. Like, Rather, to me, it just feels like, okay, you're just rattling off names, and it's just like, okay, look, in a sense, it's kind of a popularity contest. So, you might want to talk about the stuff that they're fucking doing. Just my 2 cents.
The Row Show.
Okay, what about them? The Row Show. What do they do? What do they talk about? What are their things? Are they funny? Are they serious? What do they do? What do they talk about?
Mad Bass Studios.
Yeah, Hours of Chaos with Don Chaos.
All right, so you could vote for that guy, I guess. You know, like, I heard he's pretty fucking cool.
Jug Talk.
Okay, Jug Talk, I know who that is. That's Mike Sears, and Mike Sears has bad blood with me, even though I don't know why. And I only say that just due to the fact that I know that he has me blocked on all social medias, and I think it's because I'm friends with people that he doesn't like. And you know how I feel about people who say, I don't fuck with people who fuck with people I don't fuck with. Grow up. You know what I'm saying?
Deck One Dope.
Okay, those guys I would fucking vouch for. I've met those guys personally at fucking, where was it? Yeah, when I went to Columbus for Big Ballers. Like, those dudes are fucking chill, and I really think that those guys do definitely deserve votes. Hell, those motherfuckers deserve monetization. God damn it.
The Hip Hop Happy Hour.
Okay, I don't know who the Hip Hop Happy Hour is, but it almost sounds like Super Heavy Fun Time Famous Guys.
Swills Edition.
Fuck Swill. Well, let's do that again.
Those.
Yeah, Hours of Chaos with Don Chaos.
Jug Talk.
Deck One Dope.
The Hip Hop Happy Hour.
Swills Edition.
Yeah. Fuck Swills Edition. All right. Now, if you want to vote for him, it's cool.
Podcast.
DC Fago Guy.
DC Fago Guy. That's another one that I would vote for. See, like, you've got a lot of these other motherfuckers that you definitely fucking have worthy of voting. And maybe it's just me with my own personal fucking bias or something like that, because a lot of these guys are my friends.
The Shaggy Show.
See, like, to me, I don't feel like the Shaggy Show should belong on there, because Shaggy Show gets way more fucking viewers than a lot of us, if not all of us. And so I feel like that the Shaggy Show has a fucking unfair advantage. So, like, in a sense, like, those type of, like, that should be given its own fucking tier. I mean, if you're gonna give females in the Juggalo world their own fucking category, you know, then I feel like that those guys should get their own fucking category with their own fucking podcasts. Because what else? Are you gonna find other big name juggalos that do podcasts and shit and throw their fucking hat in the ring as well? Because if that's the case, then you might as well just take a whole bunch of us off the fucking list.
Juggalo Rewind.
I've heard words about those guys, and basically the fact that they exist. I haven't actually watched their show, but if they're good, then they're good.
Gloom TV.
Fuck Acetone. No, I'm kidding. You know, once again, Acetone's my friend, or at least that's how I consider it. And Acetone and who's the other guy? I keep forgetting. I like I know Acetone, and like the other guy, for some reason I can't fucking remember the name. If somebody can refresh my memory, let me know. But I would vote on that just based off of my friendship with Acetone.
Yeah, Humble Among.
Never mind.
Beneath the Dirt.
Beneath the Dirt. Frankie Goldie. Thank you, Bizarre. Yeah. Beneath the Dirt. Roan Bone doing his fucking thing. And I think that, you know, and from what I'm to understand, I guess he's come back now. So that's dope.
You got JT Clarks.
Wicked Widget Production.
Okay, Wicked Widget Production. Like, I saw somebody had voted for them. I don't know what they fucking do, though.
The Thuggalo Show.
Fuck with those guys. Like, those guys are my homies, all of them. for the most part. Even past fucking members are the homies. I love Onstead. I love Elixir. I like the fact that what they focus on primarily is like the Thuggalo shit. You know what I'm saying? I would probably, to answer your question, 89, how the fuck is Crazy not on this list? No way. These guys probably didn't even realize that I was back. And they probably don't know 100% about what I do and how long I've been on here. When Don Chaos won the Replicon Award a few years back, like, he was on it, you know, like, he was on that shit, and people fucking voted for him the fuck out. You know what I'm saying?
And then last but not least, the Bobby and Chaz Show.
Hell yeah. Again,
That's another one on the list that I saw, also on the Juggalo TV guide. Once again, there's a lot of these podcast shows that I don't know much about, but hell, if you don't know, no disrespect to the other nominees, don't get me wrong, but what the fuck? I mean, it is what it is, you know? Like I said, you know, like, Replicon doesn't have their finger that far deep into the pulse of the YouTube Juggalo community. So it's very obvious that, you know, there's a lot of us that are out there that fucking do this type of shit. However, they did end it with this.
leave your vote down below. This list will be in the description. If we missed anybody, add them to the list. We do our best. Vote below. One vote, YouTube. One vote, Facebook. Podcast of the year.
So yeah, there you go. Podcast of the year. You can do one vote per account on YouTube and Facebook. So I guess the best thing that I could fucking say is, like, go on the channel. Link is in the description below, so that way you can go to this video, you can cast your vote, you can write my name in the fucking comments section. Go to Replicon Radio, and you can also fucking put my name in on their Facebook group page, I guess, and you can put my name up on there too, Crazy McCormick. And basically, if you don't want to put my name up on there, well, do some of the other ones that I suggested, you know? Whether it be fucking Deck One Delt, Don Chaos, DC Fago guy, you know, like, basically all of my fucking friends. Because, like, there's a lot of us that have been on here for a long time. On a personal note, what I would like to see, I would like to see Don Chaos become a 2-time Replicon Award winner. To be perfectly fucking frank. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd like my fair shake at getting a Replicon Award, but I would love to see Don Chaos become a 2-time. If you vote for Replicon Radio on Replicon Radio, does the universe implode? I don't think that would happen, Anon. Don Chaos had no business beating UFCD. It is what it is, fam. But he won. So no point in fucking bitching about it now. So I think that's it for Juggalo news, and we got to talk about some other shit. One of those things is the fact that tomorrow is fucking St. Patrick's Day. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love to win, but if not, at least I'm not gonna fucking bitch about it until they gave me a fucking a fucking award with a beard on it. You know, that's not my style. I'll give props to whoever it is that wins. If it's me, great. If it's not, well, then I hope it's one of my friends. But anyways, yeah, so as of right, like in 2 hours, it will be St. Patrick's Day. So basically the day of the death of St. Patrick, who ran snakes out of fucking Ireland. And it turns out that it's not literal fucking snakes. That actually upset me when I found that out. Damn it. Did I forget to bring downstairs a frothy beverage? No, I did not. There we go. Might as well make my room an even bigger mess. Mom is not going to be happy about the confines of this basement. But anyways, so like I said, it turns out that that wasn't literally snakes that he fucking drove out of. What it was is like the people who were like all Wiccan and shit, they ended up having fucking snake tattoos on their arms or something like that, and that's who they were fucking driving out, trying to fucking eradicate the those that fucking practiced in Wicca and witchcraft and shit like that. I guess that's what St. Patrick's Day is supposed to be about, because that's the guy who fucking ran the revolution, and that's why everybody is Irish Catholic. I mean, I'm Irish, but I'm not fucking religious by any sense of the means. You know, I have that Irish heritage. Ironically, I don't get fucked up. Yeah, how fucked up is that? I'm Irish and German, and I don't drink. But the way I see it, it does give everybody a fucking reason to get shit-faced. Even here in Grand Rapids, we usually have like a fucking annual event around St. Patrick's Day called Irish on Ionia, where we get to eat a lot of haggis and fucking, you know, like fucking corned beef, cabbage, and rye sandwiches, you know, corned beef on rye and shit like that. Drink green beer and fucking listen to fucking bagpipes and Irish music. I drank one beer. I drank another beer. And then I drank a third beer. A fourth beer. A fifth beer. A sixth beer. And a Bloody Mary. Like the what era was fucking fantastic as well. So happy Stone Cold Day. Make sure that you leave beer and cookies for Stone Cold. Or maybe you should have done that last night. If you didn't, you know, he's gonna have to fucking whip your ass, and that's the bottom line. 'Cause what? Stone Cold said so. Not very much for fucking Juggalo news, if you ask me. 'Cause what? I've only been on for an hour and a half. And the only other thing I got left is fucking political shit. And I know you guys love that shit. I know I do. So I don't know if you guys have been noticing this, but apparently there's been a lot of fucking protesting going on via Elon Musk. Because, you know, apparently fucking saving the country money is such a bad thing. You know, I never thought I'd see the day where fucking Democratic motherfuckers actually were vying for fucking Civil War or World War or anything else. But I came across a couple of videos that involved fucking division and dipshits. Let's get into it. But I've been noticing that there's been some shit involving like Tesla. Like this next thing is literally called Tesla terrorism. Dealership shot up for a second time in 7 days.
I really think it's just a message of ignorance and being uneducated.
This victim wanted to
Okay, the audio on this is already annoying.
remain anonymous, but his Cybertruck is one of 6 that were vandalized with swastikas and anti-Elon Musk phrases while it was being serviced at the Linwood Tesla dealership.
If you're doing this to people that work 9 to 5, that make a living, you are doing this to people that have already purchased the vehicle from Elon. He already has our money. Why would you purposely do this to people that work hard?
What's going on with this fucking video? Like, why does it look like this? Did I fucking upload it in the wrong fucking format? Because it looks choppy as fuck.
I really think it's just a
yeah,
message
just
of
look at
ignorance
this.
and being uneducated.
This victim
Let's see.
wanted to remain anonymous, but
Let's say, mind you, this is all happening up near my area. Yeah, so like you've got people that are fucking spray painting swastikas on Cybertrucks, like writing like spray paint, defacing fucking property. And this is your idea of a fucking protest. I don't understand why you think that this is a fucking good idea. Okay, like let's see what they're suggesting. Okay, the people that already bought the Teslas, Elon Musk already has the fucking money. Okay, so what does defacing the vehicle do already as it is? Like, never underestimate the resolve of these retards that will just not quit. Like, you know what this actually does, actually? And this is something that I'm sure that these idiots don't fucking realize. Okay, for one, it's a crime to deface public property that or private property that doesn't fucking belong to you. What up, illegal? You know, for one, it's already a crime to fucking deface private property that does not belong to you, and this counts as defacing private property that doesn't fucking belong to you. And that's if you get caught. You know, like, I mean, it's still illegal. It's still illegal to do it even if you don't get caught. But the fact is that if you do get caught doing this shit, you're going to get in fucking trouble. Secondly, you know what this does to insurance companies? Because this is something that this is something that happens that it doesn't even involve the fucking driver. So like somebody else is going to have to be at fault for this, which makes it worse for everybody. Okay? Like it's already bad enough that fucking insurance companies charge you out the fucking asshole and dick, to pay monthly charges for this shit. Like, dude, I'm paying like 200 and some odd dollars. Like, I'm paying like a little less than $200 a month for my Prius on PLPD. And that's due to the fact that I've had prior fucking accidents that weren't, even if they weren't my fault, and my insurance rate still goes fucking up. And so does everybody else's. Because like the more accidents and more things like this that fucking happen, the more everybody's insurance is gonna fucking go up. It's honestly demoralizing how badly retards have wrecked society for everyone else. Glad you said that, Crazy. You're welcome.
His Cybertruck is one of 6
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that the Cybertruck looks fucking stupid. Like if I wanted to fucking drive a Cybertruck, I'd play Tomb Raider.
that were vandalized with swastikas and anti-Elon Musk phrases while it was being serviced at the Linwood Tesla dealership.
If you're doing this to people that work 9 to 5, that make a living, you are doing this to people that have already purchased the vehicle from Elon. He already has our money. Why would you purposely do this to people that work hard, work every day to afford nice luxuries?
The damage estimated to be at several $1,000s. Linwood police are working with Tesla to get any video of possible suspects. This all comes as Seattle police and the ATF are still investigating what caused a fire that destroyed 4 Tesla Cybertrucks being stored at a secure lot in Soto Sunday night.
Yeah, that was another thing too, because like that that was also a thing. So like, and there's actually fucking coverage on that too that I found. It's like, oh, wow, you know what? Fire on that actually does look like, that looks cool, honestly. Like that color scheme looks kind of fucking cool if you ask me. But yeah, hold on a second. Now I don't know the
Seattle fire officials say a late Sunday fire damaged 4 Tesla Cybertrucks.
Okay, there we go.
According to Associated Press, the 4 Cybertrucks were parked in a Tesla lot in Seattle's industrial district.
Yep.
The fire department says the first call came at 11:13 p.m. Sunday. The fire department says no one was injured and the 4 trucks were the only property damaged.
Okay, so this actually made me think. Was it the possibility that they were purposefully caught on fire, or was there some sort of an issue with the internal shit with the Teslas themselves? I mean, for one, they already look god awful. Okay? But one thing that I do know when it concerns like lithium is that if you add water to it, it will fucking start a fire. Don't ask me. It's something that has to do with the lithium that does not like water. But apparently if you put water on lithium, it will start a fire. I'm not a fucking master at fucking like biochemistry, but that does happen, so like dropping this in the toilet could actually create a fucking risk and cause my toilet to fucking explode because the batteries in this motherfucker, they're lithium ion batteries. And basically that's what these vehicles are. 100% run on is lithium-ion batteries that for some reason take 36 hours to fucking charge from 0 to 100% at the home.
Teslas parked in the same lot were not damaged in the fire.
So it made me wonder if whether or not this might have just been like a fucking glitch in the Matrix or something. Because yeah, it's the Teslas that are on fire, but I don't know if there's any other vehicles in there that could have, been hybrid cars or something like that. But the other solution could be arson, because people are fucking nuts. I mean, look at that damage, though. Dude, you could be explaining some shit during this point. Like, whoever made this does not know how to fucking direct. Like, what? Okay, so we see the damage. Like, here, I'll do the commentary. Just look at this shit. Can you fucking believe this? This is nuts. People in Seattle are fucking insane. And here's some other ones that aren't Cybertrucks. Like, these are just normal fucking Tesla cars and shit like that. And I'm sure that those Cybertruck drivers, like, some of them might be like, okay, so how the fuck am I supposed to be recording my OnlyFans ventures in the self-driving Cybertruck if it's caught on fire? Okay, we already saw this fucking thing. No, we already saw this guy. This is the same fucking thing. Is this on loop? Hey, narrator, say something. Oh my god, this is terrible. Your narration sucks. Alright, take a look at this shit. Here's another camera angle of the same 4 fucking Tesla Cybertrucks. Oh, look, here's the same picture. Oh boy. I don't know how them Duke boys are gonna get out of this jam. Okay, maybe that's the wrong joke, especially since we know the reason why people are setting these Teslas on fire. It could only get worse if they were all painted orange and had a fucking General Lee like sticker on the top. Gee, here's the fucking sign. What is this? Dude. Hey, Jack. Okay, is this it? Like, they're just gonna show this and not show it, not talk about anything? Wow, at this point, wow, fuck this. But you guys, you don't understand. It definitely looked like a salute. Which it's not. I mean, I'm not even gonna fucking try to say the whole Roman salute thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying the dude fucking popped, locked, and dropped his fucking hand. You know? Like, that's basically what it was. It's time for a simultoke. What? Because Stone Cold ain't no joke. What? Gonna count it down 3, 2, 1, then take a badass vape rip, son. Gonna count it down 3, 2, 1, and that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold, what? Said so. Looks like them Duke boys could really use some rain, or just a fire extinguisher. If I get a Tesla, if I were to ever get a fucking Tesla Cybertruck, that's when I'm making my horn. I'm making my horn the Dixie call. I don't give a fuck. Just to try to piss, because like at this point, like the fucking Liberal Party and the liberal people have been getting piss in their fucking Cheerios for the last 60 days. I might as well just add fuel to the fire at this point. Because like it's come to a point now. And by the way, I might as well add this into play, okay? Since my last podcast, and I wasn't able to get fucking video coverage of this shit whatsoever, because I was strained for time. However, it turns out that around the country, the average price of gas has gone down. I have been seeing gas prices floating around a little around fucking $3 a gallon again. There are a lot of places, like one place ended up saying that they saw as low, I think it was in Indianapolis, Indiana. One of the guys I watched on TikTok said that his gas prices was down to $2.49. Okay, so like everybody go ahead and put down the gas prices that you have seen, because I believe that the fucking gas prices have actually fucking been averaging around like $5 or so. And lately, like here in Michigan, they've been circulating around $2.95 to $3 a gallon since Trump became fucking president. So, like, a lot of people have been saying a lot less. I mean, shit, all the way from here to Massachusetts, I saw a lot of pretty decent gas prices. But now gas prices are averaging around $3 nationwide. Eggs have actually gone down $1.88 per carton. So the eggs thing is no longer a fucking issue. The libs are starting to slowly but surely run out of things to fucking bitch about. You know what I'm saying? So there is that. But apparently it's not just Tesla trucks that are being set on fire. Apparently people are also setting charging stations on fire. Now those don't have lithium in them whatsoever, I'm pretty sure. But somehow they can't just spontaneously burst into flames, can they?
Fire marshal says tonight that these Tesla charging stations in the town of Littleton were intentionally set on fire. You can see them really badly burned, just charred remains of those two stations
Christ.
right there. A couple more here
hey, there
as
was that
well.
One
WBZ's
that
Louisa
fine.
Muller's live for us in Littleton tonight. Louisa, police are asking for the public's help. Try to track down whoever did this.
I mean, there were a couple of them that looked fine, but for the most part, not really. Chad, are these cooked? Did I do it right?
And David, can you see these right behind me? I mean, they're...
Of course we can see it, you dumb fucking broad. You're standing in front of them.
They're so charred in some spots that you can't see the Tesla logo anymore. And actually, there was a Tesla contractor who just told me to step a little bit further away for safety reasons. Now, here's what we know at this point. There is actually a residential street just up the hill from here. Someone late last night was going to bed, saw the flames down here, called firefighters. And the firefighters say there was some sort of evidence left behind that would suggest this was intentional.
Oh, yeah, I would assume as
Each
much.
charger.
Like, I don't think an entire stream of these would individually spontaneously catch on fire. I'm pretty sure that this was intentional.
Charred in various shades of black. Evidence of the fire that broke out in this Littleton parking lot
except for that one in the middle. That one seems okay.
Last night. And the fire chief says these flames were no accident.
I mean, if anybody's going to be able to tell you, it's the fucking fire marshal.
At this point, it does appear that it was a set fire.
Around 1 a.m., firefighters were...
And that's all the information that they really needed from that guy.
Night. And the fire chief said...
The fire chief said that it was intentionally set on fire. It was intentionally set on fire. Now going on to the further into the story.
These flames were no accident.
At this point, it does appear that it was a set fire.
Around 1 a.m., firefighters were called to Constitution Ave and found 7 Tesla charging stations up in flames.
Dude, those motherfuckers are as black as the ribs that earned Johnny Charcoal his fucking name. Oh, dude, did you really have to fucking attack his brisket like that, fam? Like, Church, how the fuck did you spin that around to fucking talk shit about Johnny Charcoal's fucking brisket? Oh, that is art, my friend. That is art.
They burned for nearly an hour until electricity was
Except for
finally
that one in the
cut
direct
to the units.
middle.
A challenge for firefighters.
The electricity is one of our bigger issues that we're dealing with, and making sure that not only the public but the firefighters are safe. So we kept our distance from the charged electrical equipment.
And although investigators won't say what evidence was left behind, they do say it suggests arson.
It's suspicious based on the evidence that was found on scene.
Okay, so what
comes amid protests.
What do these say? I can't fucking read these.
Of Tesla and its CEO Elon Musk around the country.
Okay. Resist authoritarians, resist corporate greed. You're fighting for the people who are all about the greed. Okay? Like, bro. Oh, they were the ribs? Okay, so the brisket was fine, but the ribs was a different story. Like, do these people are... You can't fucking make up how stupid these people fucking are. Like, dude, corporations is what makes this country go around. Yes, small business is great, don't get me wrong. But it's like, okay, look, 2 years ago, you were all these fucking libtards were all about the new Green Deal and all of the fucking cars becoming fucking, like getting rid of gas-powered vehicles and electric cars were the fucking future and all this other shit. And now it's like they're vandalizing vehicles that belong to other people, setting Tesla shit, Tesla charging stations on fucking fire. They're like shit. I saw a video clip, which this makes no fucking sense to me, is why the fuck is Elvira selling her Tesla? It's just gonna go to someone else. Okay, so like, what? You're selling your Tesla so it doesn't get destroyed when it's under your fucking name? We did care about the environment, but fuck that guy, that one guy we don't fully agree with. Yeah, it makes no fucking sense. Like, can anybody in the history of the world fucking figure out how to make this make fucking sense? Like, nothing about any of this makes fucking sense. Like, these people are all about Greenpeace environmentalist bullshit, but the one guy that has the vast majority of the stock market in fucking green energy is the one guy that they don't like, because they think that despite he's not getting paid for doing the Department of Government Efficiency and doing everything in his power to eliminate the bullshit deals that the United States has done with other fucking companies and governments and wasting our fucking money, somehow him saving this country money is putting more money into his pocket, even though he's doing it for fucking free. Like, nothing about any of this makes any goddamn sense whatsoever. Somehow it makes sense to them. And the only explanation that they can give as to why they're doing what they're doing is Orange Man bad and you're fucking stupid for voting him in. Have you regretted your vote yet? No. If anything, the actions of these dumb miscreants is making my fucking decision to vote Donald Trump into the office much more fucking pliable. Okay? Like, and at the same time, everything that the president has done so far, which has been keeping his promises, is everything and then some of what I've voted for. Like, he's doing things that I didn't even know he was gonna fucking do, and I approve of them. It's almost as if this motherfucking orange man with the fake hair can fucking read my mind. What I think is the funniest and craziest is that the average American is mostly upset about their money going to shit they didn't know it was going to, and going to shit they didn't even know it was going to, and they probably wouldn't have wanted it to. Yeah, but at the same time, it's like they're being told by legacy media that whatever Trump does is a fucking stain on this country, and without showing any fucking proof of whatever it is that they fucking are doing, they believe it. And the funniest thing is, like, one of the biggest idiots that I have fucking come across in the YouTube Juggalo community, the most fucking basic retarded asshole that doesn't like me because I'm friends with people who who he doesn't fuck with, Big Will, was a big fucking fan, and he was very loud about Trump being president of the United States. And then all of a sudden he fucking started, I heard him recently talking shit about Trump, saying he regretted his vote and all this other stuff. And I'm like, bro, you don't even know what to fucking believe, you know? And the money, let's see, they don't like the overreach they think Elon has. Exactly, Juanito, little Chuck. Like they think Elon has, when in reality we all give our data to these companies for free, on top of the fact that they're upset that this data is being sold and the money isn't going back into the economy. And you know what the biggest ironic thing about that is? These are the same fucking people who bitch about Elon Musk getting in touch with our fucking data. He already fucking had it. Like a vast majority of the people who use, I don't know, PayPal, and the other people who I don't, you know, and even if that's not the case, what's worse, Elon having your fucking shit or China because you fucking joined Red Note? You know, think about that. Like, these people don't fucking think. Like, they literally signed away their fucking data to China rather than having Facebook sell it to them. Because China already has our fucking data. Everybody has our fucking data. Like, every single country has a fucking database, and they also have a team of people who collect data from the other fucking databases. Okay, so our data is already all over the ether. Their data is already given to us. You know, like, we have China's data. China has our data. China has fucking Australia's data. Australia has our data. We have Australia's data. You know, it's like, we have data from other countries. And really, the only thing that they're doing with it, of majority-wise, is just to try to get us to fucking go on Temu. You know what I'm saying? And these people are stupid. They think that he's doing this for malicious practices or something like that. And then the whole fucking arm thing, they try to make it seem like, oh, he's a big fucking Nazi, when in fact he's not. Like, that's the problem that these people fucking have. They literally go out of their way to try to look for negativity in other people, even the fucking people that are doing actual good for them and the country. It's like, have they been, like, who hurt you? Show us on the fucking doll who hurt you. You know, to make it so you can't seem to trust anyone ever. I mean, like, back in the 80s, this shit was probably just as bad. It's just that we were all naive to it because we all didn't have super fucking computers in our back pocket to be able to have access to the fucking internet. And by the way, that's actually a very useful tool to actually figure out what the fuck is going on and doing research, rather than just reading headlines from legacy media and fucking newspapers that already hate Trump to begin with. Maybe you should try reading some opposition and open your mind to some shit. This is the reason why I started going for Trump in the first place, is because everybody was fucking hating on him. And then when I found out that he wasn't that bad of a fucking guy, and I compared what I read from legacy media negatively about him versus what he actually did for the country and the things that I saw for the country. Like, I don't know, if he could promise that gas prices are going to go down and then they actually do, maybe he's not full of shit. And the same thing is going for this fucking place, you know, for this fucking term, you know, and he's doubling down on the shit. And that's why I fucking voted for him, because I was like, okay, his first term was good, and then compare that to the last president. The last president who, you know, the fucking inept in chief, fucking Joey, you know, Joey Bye. And he fucking fucked this country into a goddamn stranglehold. Like, he didn't even fuck this country. This country was raped. Alright? Like, he didn't even give this fucking country so much as a goddamn reach around. There was no aftercare or anything. And it was Trump who had to fucking pick up the pieces. Maybe that's what it is. We're all fucking trauma bonded. Well, Trump is a man, and a man forced himself on me once. You know what? No, fuck that shit. You know, he grabbed the government by the fucking pussy, and he is actually fucking making this country fucking better. Like, he promised in the first term that he was going to drain the swamp. Well, he's fulfilling that fucking promise now. What I find funny is, who was one of the biggest fucking mouthpieces that was going up against Donald Trump in anything and everything that he fucking did, only to find out later on that she was actually involved in a lot of fucking bullshit. Elizabeth Warren. And she ain't talking shit now. She clammed the fuck up. Pocahontas has finally shut the fuck up. And why is that? Because she knows that if she says some shit, all fucking Donnie has to do is just grab the microphone and drop the fucking mic, and her ass is in trouble. So it'd be wise for her to just shut the fuck up. Chuck Schumer, same fucking shit. And we'll get to that in a minute.
For Musk's involvement in the Trump administration. Littleton Police and the Massachusetts State Fire Marshal's Office are now investigating what happened here, and thankfully, no one was injured.
Yeah.
Now, there is also the nuisance factor. All this afternoon, we've seen Tesla drivers showing up here. One woman had only 7% left in her vehicle. Ooh. She said she drove 10 minutes to get here. We do know that there is an ATF agent who's always assigned to the State Fire Marshal's Office, and that person is involved in this investigation.
Could you imagine being a person who's on their way to work? They fucking charge this shit. You know, they come over here all the time to fucking charge their shit, right? They got 7% battery and they can't fucking make it to work. Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't able to get into work on time. Somebody set fire to the Tesla shit. And then, you know, I'm sure that the guy would probably have egg on his face because he might be the person who set the shit on fire to begin with. Nobody actually really likes Chuck Schumer. They just tolerate him because he's a puppet on their side. And that's probably sure. I'll believe that. That's probably true. Here's another thing, too. Like, it hasn't even been just Tesla charging stations and Cybertrucks that they've been fucking protesting. Apparently, the people are even defacing the Tesla robots. This person just walks over here, just walks past them. Look at this. Oh, hey, lady, dude, I don't know if you noticed, but you're on camera. Like, what? Did Kreyz is suspiciously energized by this. I'm not saying he did it and is trying to point the direction elsewhere, but no, it's just like, no, like anytime that I see libtards fucking doing something retarded, it makes me laugh and I love to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
While the rich dream of Nazi robots and swastikas, what the rest of us need is warm housing, clean and affordable energy, and cheap public transportation.
So to create an effort to stop oil, we're going to deface new Green Deal energy efficient, like energy efficient things like Cybertrucks and Tesla stations and even the Tesla bot. Like, like it's fucking hilarious to me. And okay, I get it now. So it's like Cheeto orange.
And swastikas. What the rest of us need.
Oh god, he's speaking in fucking British or something.
Is warm housing, clean and affordable energy, and cheap public transportation.
Okay, you can get all of that with electric vehicles, from what I'm to understand. You know, electric vehicles that actually can get charged at free stations like Tesla stations.
Don't let the
like when a man dreams of Nazi robots. Like, dude. Okay, I'm seeing a bunch of these robots doing the goose step to Erica, but it's an 8-bit. That's the envisionment in my head.
Billionaires decide your future.
Is that a thing? I want to see if that's a thing. Yes, it is. It is a thing. Hold on a second. It ought to play. It'll play soon. Hold on.
Let's reclaim democracy. Join us this spring in Parliament Square as we demand an emergency plan to just stop oil by 2030.
The government is failing to protect our democracy from fossil fuel companies and from power-hungry billionaires. I will not stand by and
Fuck you, lady. Just imagine that song playing like there's a chip tune of that song. Oh god. Okay, let's hear what the crumpet has to fucking say.
our democracy from fossil fuel companies and from power-hungry billionaires.
Oh my fucking god. You know, and the funny thing too, like somebody ended up pointing this out. It's always the billionaires, okay? Not the millionaires. You know, like what a vast majority of fucking the House and the Senate are. Because every single one of them ended up gaining fucking money through insider trading, pretty much. You just got shadow banned because of that. Like that's the fucked up thing. Notice how Bernie switched his wording too once he became a millionaire. Yeah, and dude, my favorite thing was when fucking RFK fucking called him out on his shit. You know, talking about the fucking PAC deals and shit that he fucking got for his campaign. And fucking he was just like, no, I got donations from people who work for the PAC companies, but I didn't get money from the PAC companies. Bullshit, you didn't. Like, every single person who fucking runs ends up getting PAC money. Alright? Hell, the people who are on TikTok that are fucking vying for the people that are running for president of the United States on the on the liberal side of things, the Democratic side, they also get PAC money too. Like Harry Sisson, fuck him.
I will not stand by and let the climate crisis cause global food destruction, mass starvation, and the collapse of civil society.
I'm sorry, not sorry, but drill baby drill. Okay? Like now here's the thing. Here's something that you guys could do. Take it back to take it back to the old-timey days. Like if you don't want oil-based energy and you don't want green energy with batteries and shit like that, you could possibly, I don't know, if you're looking for a means to gain electricity in your fucking home, you could always try a fucking hydro mill. You know, have you thought about that? What about wind energy, and kill all the birds that aren't real. Birds aren't real. Like, let's just put that out there. Birds aren't real. Okay, so like you've got the possibility of wind energy. You've got the possibility of fucking water-based hydroelectric dam shit. Okay, just set one next to your house and build a fucking moat. Okay, you could do that. Like, come on, didn't your ancestors do that? You could do it like that, and then you'd be able to have a fucking nice warm house with that kind of shit. Or you could just do the other option, which is shut the fuck up and let people do their business. And by the way, I don't know if you guys realize this, but you defaced private property and your face is on camera. I won't be surprised if Elon Musk sues your ass.
Shut down the fascists.
What fascists? You're fighting for the fascists, okay? You're fighting for the people who are bitching about the fact that Donald Trump wants a fucking peace deal between Ukraine and Russia, and people are trying to say that somehow is going to start World War III, and it's Donald Trump trying to fucking what? Like reverse psychologize these two nations, so that way there will be a war that starts. Meanwhile, the EU is trying to fucking get, what the fuck? Oh my god, like the absolute cartwheeling and jousting that these people do in their fucking heads. I don't know how they're not dizzy. I literally have no idea how they fucking get through this mindset. Meanwhile, they fall asleep and they hear. Hitler is a real thing.
Shut down the fascists. Shut down the fascists.
Shut down your mouths. Okay. Ha! Is this at a mall? 8-bitler. They, why are we standing out here? They won't leave. Like, what the fuck?
The time is 10:33 hours. I'm basically under arrest for the offence of criminal damage. Reason being is that you and this gentleman have come in and you have thrown paint over this. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah. See, that's what happens.
So make sure that you're comfortable.
He's got his notes written on his hand.
So we're not going to make you uncomfortable for longer than we need to, okay?
I like how the cop ended up saying we're gonna try to make you like uncomfortable for the least amount of time. Like, even the cops in fucking Great Britain are polite. Like, how the fuck? Meanwhile, we got motherfuckers that are like, you know, busting on the door. Open up, motherfucker! Open the fucking door! What did you expect was gonna fucking happen, bro? Like, I'm pretty sure they knew, though, that they were gonna get in trouble and that they were gonna go to jail for doing this, and they just don't care. But, bro, like, you don't need to be setting a scene at Tanger Outlets. Like, I don't know the mental gymnastics that these motherfuckers have to go through. But all is not negative, mind you. Yeah, they did vandalize private property. You know, and it's like I said when it concerned like the shit. You know, I'll give the British fucking people the benefit of the doubt because they defaced private property and they stuck around. Okay? As opposed to the Americans who fucking set fire to shit, which, don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of fire, but not in this scenario. The fact that people set Tesla Cybertrucks on fire and charging stations on fire, and then they fucking flee the scene. You know, American arsonists are fucking pussies. You know, like the American vandals are pussies. These people actually fucking stuck around and were like, we're gonna take our punishment like we're supposed to. So I'll give them that. But this shit, like, I can't believe that even they fucking believe the tripe that's happening. It's like, dude, he's not a Nazi. Okay? And I'm not even gonna sugarcoat this shit, okay? I'm not gonna say Yahtzee like everybody on TikTok. I wanna say it fucking blunt and to the point. Elon Musk is not a Nazi, okay? If it was, then he'd only be selling Teslas in fucking Germany. In 1935, you know, fucking, like, seriously. And even if he is, okay, like, the same thing goes for the whole thing with Trump apparently fucking being a womanizer, or he hates women, or something like that. Do they not realize that the shit that they're doing for the whole of America, and not just a section of it. Okay? Like, keep that in mind, okay? Elon Musk is saving money by taking care of all of the bullshit that doesn't need to exist. And by the way, that fucking Social Security bullshit that they were trying to fucking say, where he's like, oh, he's gonna have all of our Social Security numbers and all this other shit. And it was like, okay, it was actually double checked by the on the federal level. I think it's the DGA or something like that, like their own fucking audit company, double checked the work that fucking Elon Musk did at the Social Security office and confirmed that everything that he fucking said was true. So that fucking Social Security thing that they were fucking arguing about, that's a myth. The Medicare and Medicaid shit, also a myth. Like, I talked about that shit last week because Chuck Schumer wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. And it's like, dude, I recently saw this video where somebody ended up talking about how the fucking approval rating of the Democratic Party has now dropped down to 24%. 24% approval rating of the Democratic Party. And instead of switching shit up and trying to figure out what they can do in order to gain their popularity back, instead they decide to continually double down on the shit that they're fucking peddling. And it's the same fucking playbook that they've been playing for the last 10 years. Talk shit about Trump, nothing else fucking matters. And they're going to continue to double down, I guess, until their popularity gets down to zero before they decide maybe we should change shit up. By then it'll be fucking too late, and this will be a 100% Republican Party, pro-Republican fucking nation. Like, eventually it's going to fucking happen. I still say that with it, we're probably not going to see another Democratic leader that's actually a good leader and become president of the United States for another 10 to 20 years. And the more shit that fucking happens across the world, that's going to fucking continue. Especially when Trump is doing shit like what he said about fucking income taxes. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me this. How does this sound? Okay, if you make less than $150 a year with your job, Trump wants to end income tax for anybody who makes less than that amount of money. So let me ask you this. How does that benefit the billionaires? Because in order to fucking do taxes, you have to make more than $150,000 a year. That goes for all of the millionaires in our country and all of the billionaires that own billion-dollar businesses. 150K. 150K is the minimum that you have to make in order to fucking do income taxes. This was an idea that Trump had been fucking kicking around for quite some time. The income tax is tricky. What other ways will they find to extract money from the masses? It's up for debate, which is why I have this video.
So we're getting breaking news right now that apparently one of the major goals of the current Trump administration is to eliminate all federal income taxes for people making less than $150,000 per year. And this is according to Howard Lutnick.
Now, that to me sounds good because, well, I only make $41,000 a year at my job. And that's before taxes.
Which is the U.S. Commerce.
All I know is the Dems and beyond seem to really love thinking Donald Trump only cares about the 1%. Like, he has said many, many times how much he loves this fucking country. And I have to fucking bring this up again. Like, think about this, okay? He has billions of dollars, okay? He's worth billions of fucking dollars. During his first term, he lost money. During his first term, okay? His second presidential running, the dude fucking got shot at, okay, and he still continued to run. He literally could have gotten that fucking piece of his ear shot off and been like, nope, fuck this, I don't want to play anymore, I'm out. And he didn't. As a matter of fact, there was somebody waiting in the bushes. And even as president, there are still people on TikTok that are part of the that are lefties that are like, who's gonna do it? Who's gonna be the one to do it? I don't want to do it because I got shit to do. But who's gonna do it? You know, implying that they're trying to fucking coax somebody into assassinating Donald Trump. And it's like, come on, bro. We all know we all know you're saying it without saying it. You might as well just fucking say it. All right. And knowing that there are people who are not right in the fucking head that think that if they shoot and kill Donald Trump, our president, that they're going to be considered a hero in the book for all ages to know about. No, you're going to be a fucking psychopath that was murdered back by Texas, you know, whether it be euthanasia or the electric chair. Personally, I think that anybody who tries to fucking assassinate a president and survives, they need to be a part of the halftime show for the fucking Super Bowl. Upside down crucifixion. That'll make a good fucking half an hour of time. And then for the rest of the game to play, after we watch this guy suffer for a half an hour, we just lift the fucking upside down cross like St. Peter, feet up, head down. Okay, and then he gets to fucking have a fucking show from not even the rafters, just above the field. He gets to look up to watch the rest of the football game as he bleeds out and fucking dies on a cross, suspended in the air. Shouldn't have tried shooting Donald Trump, fam.
Secretary. Now, if this was to actually happen, it would be undoubtedly a very popular move and probably have very positive ramifications for midterm elections. And that, in combination with all the news we have around tariffs and Doge, does lead me to believe that this is a serious goal they are at least working towards.
Now, like, I don't think it's much incentivizing as it is just relieving those who are in that class bracket. Like, one person did end up saying that all Trump is trying to do is eliminate the middle class. So there's what, going to be rich people and fucking poor people? No, because the poor people are, you know, like here's the thing. Like, I personally believe, and I'm sure that there are some people out there who will disagree with me on this, but I personally believe that everybody has the possible opportunity to make money in this country and to make a livable wage to be able to do it. It's just some people lack the merit. Like, take a look at, like, we as juggalos, we fucking look up to 2 9th grade fucking dropouts that are legitimately millionaires at this point. Okay? Like, if not them, it's definitely their fucking company. And they fucking did it by having so much fucking work ethic and merit that they were able to do that shit. So they were able to fucking make something of themselves while simultaneously growing up poor in fucking Detroit, Michigan. The truth is, not many people, by comparison, make 150 and above. So who's going to pay all the taxes? It's tricky. Well, like I said, you know, we got this fucking video. For one, we're already saving money because of the Doge shit. We will have the fucking tariff shit, which what Trump wants to do is he wants to fucking even out the tariffs that he has with everybody else. You know, all the other countries, he wants to even out the fucking tariffs. Because a lot of other countries are fucking this country with the tariffs. I mean, if anything, it's probably going to be like, if you think about it, if we have more money, then we have more money that goes into the state tax. Okay, and I'm assuming that we're already, like, we still have, you know, then there's going to be also like tax cuts, but all of that money, like, it's not like we're going to have our fucking, you know, it's not like we're going to have our fucking paycheck and we'll be able to, like, have no taxes fucking taken out of it. We're still going to have taxes taken out of our fucking checks. It's just that we're not going to pay taxes and there's going to be a lower amount of money that we're going to have taken out of our fucking taxes. So even if we were to have 1% go to the state, 2% or even 5% of our paychecks going to federal government, that could actually help pay off some shit. especially with how many other people are fucking, doing that, doing shit. And then on top of that, he's bringing back more jobs into our country, which means more people are going to be able to work and still be able to have more money. Or maybe I'm just making shit up. Actually, I am. I'm kind of spitballing this, but that makes sense to me.
Let's go.
And then we also have money that's being saved because of unnecessary government spending being eradicated.
Go ahead and break this down a little bit further to see the logistics behind such a move. Okay, so generally speaking, individual income taxes represent roughly half of all federal revenue. Other major sources are taxes on Social Security, Medicare, and corporate income taxes. Now, the thing that most people don't fully understand about this half of government revenue, the top 1% actually pay 40% of all federal income taxes. That number jumps all the way to 61% if you include the top 5% of earners, and the bottom 50%, half of federal income taxpayers, only pay 3% of the total collected income taxes.
Damn. Okay.
And for people making less than $150,000 per year, in total, they contribute 27% of all federal income taxes. The rest, 73%, aka the vast majority of federal income taxes, are paid by people making over $150,000 per year. That comes out to roughly $1.6 trillion, and people making less than $150,000 per year.
I mean, this is based off of information that he found in 2023.
Contribute a total of just under $600 billion in federal income taxes, which essentially means if we want to eliminate this burden from these taxpayers, then we have to compensate and propose a combination of spending cuts and other revenue sources that together can augment this figure. And this could be higher taxes on Social Security benefits.
And we've found almost more than that from the 27% that's paying $588 billion a year. We've already found that in fucking shit that Doge has found.
It's an increase in corporate income taxes, but I think it's pretty clear that from the actions of the Trump administration, the two most probable ways that this deficit of $588 billion can be augmented is via a combination of tariffs and cost savings by Doge, or the Department of Government Efficiency. Trump has already began to implement pretty sweeping tariff policies, and Doge famously has a...
I love that fucking chainsaw. We're cutting down prices, fam. Dun 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 dun. Like, oh man, that fucking chainsaw's dope.
Goal of cutting $2 trillion from the federal government. However, to reach this goal of $588 billion, Doge would only need to save $300 billion, combined with only $288 billion in revenue from additional tariffs. These are big numbers, but they do seem relatively feasible, especially considering how immensely popular the upside of this would be. And just in case you're wondering, to raise roughly $300 billion in additional revenue from tariffs, the overall effective tariff rate would need to be about 13%. And for Doge, here is a basic outline of how they might feasibly reach $300 billion in savings. And I gotta say, I'm also quite bullish on the principle of Trump's gold card.
Trump says he will offer gold cards for $5 million path to citizenship, replacing investor visa. Okay.
This is that $5 million path to citizenship that wealthy individuals or companies could buy to essentially import highly skilled workers to the United States. And if the US government can sell 50,000 of these per year, that's an additional $250 billion in revenue.
But like $5 million, I don't know if that sounds right. You know, like that might be something that I would disagree with. I don't know how the visa system works, obviously, because I'm an American citizen, born here and all of that shit. So I don't know how the visa system fucking works in the sense. So like how much would the payments be for that, to fucking bring in that amount of money, and how many people would be coming in, and how, because it would have to be like $5 million in a whole year. $5 million in a whole year in order to fucking do that shit. And 50,000 people, which, yeah, the math is right, but I would still think that it would take a little while for that shit to happen. Yeah, the gold card seems really unrealistic for most humans outside of the US, to be honest. And then there's also like, I know that there's also like refugee plans and stuff like that for people who are in duress from other countries. I know that that's like something that people fucking have to, that some people go through, because like over here, we have a bunch of Bosnians, and Dearborn, Michigan, they have I believe it's like Iranians or something. I don't know, Arabic people. I'm not 100% sure where specifically, but like people who want to move over to this country. I think he said that he wants people. I think that there was something that was supposed to be implied of making it easier for people to come over to this fucking country. But at the same time, it's like, with all of the stuff that we've been dealing with ICE and the Trende Aragua group, and Chileans as well. Okay. But like with the stuff that they found with like ICE and doing the shit with Trende Aragua, because of the things that they did in Aurora, Colorado, and a lot of the other major cities that have a lot of criminal based fucking illegal immigrants that they have brought into this country. I would think that they would like there's like I'm not sure the 100% of the fucking details with that, so what they want to do to try to make it harder for people to come in, or easier for people to come in, or maybe this is like a sweet spot.
And by the way, I just want to say, fuck Crazy McCormick. Whack as fuck.
Yep, very true. Justin Kemple with that $1.99 saying womp womp or something like that. Like that. Everybody like that shit. All right, I'll be the first one to respond. But yes, we definitely got the soundbite. I was waiting on that all fucking night, hoping that I was gonna get at least one person to fucking do that soundbite. So I don't know if this is supposed to be like harder or easier, or if this is like the best sweet spot in the middle. I'm pretty sure that there's there might possibly be another option to get more people in. I don't know. But maybe we'll figure that out later. Justin, you ended up missing out. I ended up playing an 8-bit version of Erica while somebody was talking about fucking robot Nazis. It was kind of funny. Hell yeah. That's what's up. I mean, that makes sense too, because I had to fucking play the role of Warlock Oxide when I was on Tales from the Lotus podcast earlier today. So, that's all right, cool. Yeah, it's funny. What I miss, I passed the fuck out. Oh, this. Hold on. I laughed my ass off. I fucking died. So, that's an L. But anyways, yeah, like I thought it was funny as hell. Like playing that completely out of context is a completely different situation though. But yeah, I mean that's basically all the shit that I got for the show tonight. I tried to see if I could find a music video of some sort to end the night, and I just couldn't find it. I was cramming for like 3 hours trying to fucking come up with a show. It's the same shit every fucking week. And unfortunately, like I'm actually exhausted mentally and physically from not only doing the show, but being up since like 10 o'clock this morning on 4 hours of sleep. So I'm definitely not going to be switching over to Twitch tonight like I did the last time. But yeah, make sure you go on the fucking link to Replicon Radio in the description below and vote my name in the fucking comments section if you haven't voted somebody else already. Because it would be funny as hell if somebody who didn't fucking get named by Replicon won the shit. But if somebody else that they did label ends up winning, I'm hoping it's one of the homies. So with that said, I'm getting the fuck up out of here. Thank you guys for coming in, watching, and participating up in the chat, kicking it with me on another week episode of week. Take that with what you will. WEEK or WEAK, it doesn't matter to me. Another episode of the Crazy House. I'll be back next week, and if you can't get enough of me, I'll be on Twitch tomorrow after I get home from work. So go on twitch.tv/CrazyMcCormick, hit that like button, make sure your notifications are turned on, smash the like button on this one, and I'll see you guys next week. Watch something else on the fucking Juggalo TV guide, otherwise you're a juff. Alright, I'm out this bitch, y'all. Deuces.